We're here with James Roby, and Robes, it sounds really odd for me to say welcome back to England side because you're always a staple part of the England setup or normally, but it's been a few years. How do you feel about being back in?
Yeah, I'm obviously made up to be back involved. I didn't get selected in the mid-season and the back end of last year, so obviously been out the last couple of times. But yeah, just really happy to be back in the fold and getting the chance to go and play in a World Cup in Australia. You don't get them too often, so know how lucky I am and really looking forward to it.
It's funny, because I think about my career sometimes and it feels like I've been playing forever, but you're one of the people that seems to have been around in opposition forever as well. And when you stopped being picked for England side, did it come to you and make you think maybe you're coming to the end of your career, you're getting to that 30-year-old where everybody thinks he's starting to finish, or did you think, no, I'm going to persevere here and get myself back in?
Yeah, and it never crossed my mind that that was my time up, if you know what I mean. I just obviously thought other people have been selected and they've warranted selection, fair play to them. I wasn't bitter about it, but at that same time I was just kind of play as best as I can for St Helens week on week, and hopefully I can work my way back in, and lucky enough I've done that.
And Justin Albrook, when he's come in, there's been a bit of a correlation, if you like, with James Roby coming back at his best, looking really sharp out of dummy half. And you can almost see it and hear it in some of your interviews as well. You seem to have enjoyed the time that he's had there. Has he been influential?
Yeah, I think obviously early on in the year we wasn't doing very well, and obviously Justin came in, and it's probably just a little bit of a change and some little tweaks that maybe we maybe needed at the time, and obviously we've done really well back end of the year, and like you say, I seem to have, my form's picked up a little bit. Probably down to some little tweaks that we've done as a team have probably helped me as an individual and helped me look a bit better. But yeah, I'm happy with how I'm playing, and Justin's he's a great coach.
I've noticed as well, one of the ways to sweeten a coach up is not just being influential on the pitch, but being influential off it as well. Now, being in a key position like number 9, obviously you're already an influential player. But what do you bring off the field as well? Do you think about being more of an older statesman and contributing to game plans and philosophies behind the group?
A little bit, yeah. I think obviously you'll know yourself. One of the kind of that transition almost to one of the older ones, and I've always naturally been one of the a little bit quieter, not very vocal, but kind of made a bit of a conscious effort the last couple of years, or especially this year, to open my mouth a bit more and and kind of pass on kind of whatever experiences or knowledge I've got, and be a bit more demanding at times. But yeah, I suppose that's part and parcel of your kind of career transitional period, if you like, as an older player. You've got to do that, and it's your kind of duty to pass on that knowledge to the younger generation.
It's funny, I was laughing, we were just talking about it before the grand final. We stayed in a different hotel to what we usually do. We usually stop at Midland, but the Conservative Party conference was on, so we stopped in the Marriott, and the last time I was in the Marriott I was there rooming with you for England, and I remember you talking, you had a phone, you smashed your phone screen, and you didn't know whether to get a new one or do it yourself. I think eventually I persuaded you to do it yourself. But I wanted to ask you, one of the difficulties for me when I've been fortunate to play for England was the time away. And it's particularly in 2008, in those hotel rooms, away from family man, you're older now. How do you deal with that compared to maybe some of the young ones, or when you was younger? Yeah,
well, it's like you've mentioned there, when you've got young kids, there's no point lying about it. It is hard kind of being away from them for that amount of time, but like you say, you've just got to kind of enjoy it for what it is, haven't you? I might never get the chance to go and play in a World Cup in Australia, definitely, So to just go over and play on a tour in Australia, it's a fantastic opportunity. So I'm really going to obviously enjoy myself, have a good time, and and hopefully play as well as I can on the field. But I've obviously missed the kids, but it's probably a lot easier nowadays with the FaceTimes and all this. The kids have iPads and that, so they'll probably never stop ringing me, to be honest. But yeah, it's it's one of them. You've kind of it's part of the job. You just got to get on with it, and maybe they might come out and see me anyway. So depending where we end up in the quarters and stuff. Possibility. So I'll look forward to that. Yeah,
we'll be coming over there and getting right behind you. But just wanted to ask you, it's funny. I think this is your third World Cup. Third time, which is immense. You mentioned you never know when it's going to be your last. So what does James Roby want to get out of it when you're going to go on and experience those World Cup moments, possibly for the last time? As getting an older player, what do you want to bring home in terms of an experience?
Well, obviously you want it to be you just want to have fond memories, positive memories. And to be honest, I've got great memories of all tours I've been on. But I think the one for us as England is we need some success, don't we? We've kind of we've been in semi-finals and this close, and we've been in Four Nations finals and stuff, and always kind of just missed out. I suppose it's down to us as a playing group to go over there and bring some success back, or at least come back with our head held high and kind of put a really good account of ourselves. So I don't think you can ask more than that, but we're going out there to obviously win a World Cup at the end of the day, and there's no reason why we can't.
And if we do, you'll be a big part of it. And I wanted to ask you, you've always been quite self-admittedly quite a quiet fella. You got on with your job, got loads of humility, come across really well when you speak. But what battles do you want to win? Have you got any battles, your own little goals that you want to get over your opposite number and dominate out there and bring the absolute best of James Roby in this World Cup?
Yeah, well, I think every time I set to the field, I obviously want to get one over on your opposite number, don't you? You know what I mean? It's kind of you just want to outperform in whatever way you can, and if I get the chance to obviously play, then I'll be coming against some great hookers, and obviously there's all the press in there keep asking me about Cameron Smith all the time and stuff. It's obviously he's a great player, obviously done fantastic, won Dally M, won the NRL, blah blah blah. It goes on and on, doesn't it? I've got loads of respect for all the hookers and for all the work they do, and but yeah, it's, at the end of the day, I'm going out there to try and not so much prove a point, but kind of prove it's kind of the best of the best almost. It should be on the World Cup stage. So let's go over there and let's see who can win.
I've got a lot of respect for you, mate, because I remember one of Muhammad Ali's best moments was when he was getting beaten. People thought he was getting too old, and he come back and smashed them all to bits and become champion again. And I remember a conversation with Sam Tompkins earlier on in season who was talking about how difficult it's going to be at Hooker this year. That there's so many competitions for places at Hooker. And Sam obviously not being a part of it, but Roby's made it, he's back. And last question I wanted to ask you is about St Helens next year. That semi-final against Cass was probably the best semi-final I've ever seen. I was there, I was full of adrenaline, I could feel it from both sets of players. Thought that is unreal, and you sort of get this glimpse that Saints have got the magic back that you've probably been searching for a fair few years. So where are you going to be in 2018?
Well, hopefully, like you've said, I think we obviously finished the season really well. We kind of, fair to say, we all thought we'd won that game, didn't we? We were kind of as close as you can possibly be, but yeah, it's we've obviously finished the season really strong, and hopefully next year we can start where we left off. Really, it's be good to kind of get a pre-season under Justin and see if he brings any new ideas, a new coach, and I suppose it can only help us with we already know what's expected of us and how he likes us to play and what he's about as a bloke. So let's take that into next year and really start with a bang.
Just really quickly, I remember when Tony Smith came 2004 to Leeds, he was one of these coaches that wasn't bothered what your name or what he'd done in the past. He just wanted to pick the team that was working hard. He's made some controversial decisions this year in some of the players that he's left out in big games. And I remember at Wakey, I think they had to win 5 games on the bounce to win the grand final. And you weren't to get to the grand final, and you weren't far off. Is he one of those players that is just, I don't care who you are, what your name is, you'll work to our philosophies and you'll get yourself in the team that way?
Yeah, he's a pretty straightforward kind of guy. He says what's expected of you, and he's not afraid to kind of tell you when you do something a bit wrong. But yeah, you need that from a coach, don't you? You need someone who will kind of put you in your place. And like you said, there's no kind of, it doesn't matter what your name is. You've got to warrant your selection, and I suppose that's the best way for it to be, isn't it? It brings out the best in your players and the competition for places. And you'll know there's a lot of young lads in the game nowadays, and there's plenty of them at St Helens who are chomping at the bit trying to get their chance. And I suppose as one of the older lads, it kind of keeps us on our toes a little bit, and we've got to kind of keep up with them almost. And Justin, he's definitely like that. And I think if you're not playing very well, then I wouldn't be surprised if you're having a week off.